The market gaps down but fights back into the close. Is 6,000 on deck? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about a couple different options, a possible wave 1 with a deeper wave 2 pullback and a possible breakout in a wave 3. The market didn't really show either of those in its hand yesterday. It did pull back and then consolidate near the highs for most of the day, which is generally bullish. So now the question is, will they break out, and is 6,000 on deck? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, as has been the message all week, we have released our indicator. It is absolutely killing. Another great day yesterday. Let's jump in and see how it did. Okay, guys, so here I am on my indicator screen. I have a triple screen here, and I try to keep it as simple as possible. You have the SPY on the left, the ES futures on the top here, and then the NASDAQ on the bottom on the right side. And our basic rule is we're looking for confluence in the signals. So the indicator provides a buy or sell on each chart. If all three of them say buy, we buy. If all three of them say sell, we sell. Now, there are a few exceptions to those rules, and one of them is gap trading. And we did have a gap down, as you can see on the SPY today. So one of the things you do get with the indicator, before I jump into the trades that actually happened, is you get training. So you get how to set it up in TradingView. You get how to set it up with the settings. And then we talk about our day trading strategy. Today we used our gap trading strategy, choppy trading, alternate strategy, and our swing trading strategy. So there's all kinds of videos on how to use it. We don't just hand you something and say good luck. I want you to be successful, and I want you to win with this, and that's exactly what we're seeing over and over again. So let's go back to the chart here and take a look. So the gap trading says that when you get a gap down or up, it puts the SPY looks at this candle that said sell, and then it says, oh my gosh, on the very next candle, we drop like 6 points. That's a huge thing. I'm super bearish right now. So it's going to take the SPY a minute to find weakness and get back to the bullish side. So in that case, we're looking for the NASDAQ and the ES to sync up because they have overnight data that matters. And over here, you can see at 6:50 a.m. on both charts, we got a buy signal. That buy ripped up from about 58.15 up to the 58.33 area. So about a 15 to 20 point run up here, just depending on exactly where you got in. So a nice quick winner to start the day. And then we did, so talking about rules, one of the rules I say is the first trade if it flashes. So as these bars are printing in the 5-minute segment, they can flash a buy or sell, and then the bar can change because obviously it can go higher or lower and take away. We did get a sell that flashed right in here in conjunction with the sell on the ES and the NASDAQ. So we did take a small loser here. That's part of it. That is the way trading goes. But as price moved up, we got the sell signal right at the top of the move. Right here, you can see it on all three charts at 9:25 a.m. my time, which is Pacific Standard Time. And they wrote it down from about 577.40 down here to the 575.30 area. So $2 drop here in just 9:25 into 10:05. So in about 40 minutes, you get a $2 drop, which in day trading, if you know that is an incredible move and a really nice cash in. We got the cash in part of this for over 100%. And did really well on the overall trade. So the last one of the day now, or actually there was two more. Now, one of the rules for me is once my 10 o'clock video, again, Pacific Standard Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, once that starts, I'm done trading for the day. One, I have my video, and it takes about 45 minutes, and it's hard to manage trades during that. But that's why everybody has the indicator so they can trade on their own. We did get a buy right here. And if you got in exactly when the buy started, you could have probably got out. At worst, you had a small loser here. It went up. It didn't follow through. But then we pull down into the end of the day, and the last signal of the day down here, if you wanted to trade later in the day, again, I don't trade these, so none of these came through for me. But this last one here was a buy into the end of the day, synchronized on all three charts at 12:10. So in the last 50 minutes of the day, you could have got in at 575, and they ran it all the way up to 576.50. So a $1.50 move in 50 minutes for a nice quick win at the end of the day. So the indicator is killing it. If you follow the rules, you do really well. All of these in the middle are noise. We just filter those out. I am working on a script that should filter those out. But as of right now, we're looking for synchronized signals. And when we get them, it is killing. And I want you guys to be a part of this. So if you want to get this indicator, you go to our TradingView indicators page under membership plans. So you just go over to the website. There's a link down in the description. Membership plans, trading view indicators. This is where you get it. $59 a month or $5.90 for the year. You get 2 months for free. One of these trades is paying for this for the whole year. I mean, it's absolutely crazy how good this indicator is doing. And you can see what everybody's saying about the indicator down here. It's doing really well in our group, and we want you to be a part of that. I don't offer a free trial on this because it's been trialed for 9 months in my room. There is empirical data that shows that it's successful if you follow the rules. And so what I will offer you is this. If you use it and you follow the rules and after a few weeks you just can't figure it out or it's just not working for you, shoot me an email. I'll refund you, take you out of the indicator so you don't have the access anymore, and we'll move on with our lives. I want you to be happy. I want you to be successful. This indicator does that. I am making this as emotionless and easy as possible to trade. I really hope you want to be a part of it. Sorry for the long-winded ad there. I know that you guys are here for information, so let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500, and we do have a pretty decent 5-wave move up here. We also have the potential for a 1-2. So the question is, are we going to be breaking out directly, or do we still need this wave 2 pullback? We're still trying to answer that question. We thought CPI would put us on a path one way or the other, but the market was pretty muted yesterday, actually, for CPI. We do have earnings starting today as well as PPI, so we'll see if they get a movement and see what the weekly close is. I think that will give us a little bit better of a hint. But right now they are just consolidating up here at the bullish level. This is a smaller version of a flag, so the first thing you had is you had your move up and then consolidation here in wave 4 and a breakout. Now they're consolidating again. The question is, are they going to break out or down? And that is to be determined. These are setups, and we don't always have confidence in what's going to happen next. And this is one of those times where it's not a clean setup because we don't have a good wave 2 here. It can be a wave 2 where this one would just move over and this 2 would move up and they'd be breaking out in wave 3. That is a possibility, but it's certainly not textbook and it's certainly not how you would expect it. So when those cases happen, we kind of sit on our hands and wait to see key levels break. The wave 1 dream dies over 58.50. If they move through 58.50 on the ES here, that's going to be too big for this wave 5 and overall too big for this wave 1 for the targets and the things that we're looking at in the bigger picture. So in that case, wave 1 would have ended here and wave 2 here. So over 58.50, and we're looking at this setup right here where 3 takes us up towards 61.81. 4 is going to pull back towards about 6,000. And then overall, we're looking at the 62.80 area, 62.50 to 80 area for a move up if that's going to be the case. Now, if that's not going to be the case, and this is a wave 1 topping here and we get the bigger pullback, then we'll have to see what kind of setup we get for the wave 3, but it's going to be the same basic area we're looking at, that 6150 to 6300 area overall, with about 6,000 on the initial push. So it's just really going to depend on if they're going to push through 58.50 in a more direct manner. If they do that, then we'll be looking at the direct breakout towards 6,000. If they are not able to get through 58.50 and we see a drop that takes out 57.91 first, we got to get through there, and then ultimately we're going to need to see them break through 57.60. Through those two levels should lead us to a bigger pullback into this 5,600 area we've been talking about. So right now is a time to be patient and wait for the signal, and once you see it, you can pile in on either side or wait for the pullback and buy the dip if they do break support. So those are the main paths on the ES. Now I will point out that, again, I don't think it's likely just yet, but should they pull back and break through 55.60, that will be a major warning to the bulls. Over on the NASDAQ, zooming out on the NASDAQ, we do still have that 1-2-1-2 setup where they're trying to break out over this wave 1. It is also still possible that this is a wave B, or we could make a nominally higher wave 1, just like we did on ES. But I do think that a break over this, this high here will produce a squeeze. And that squeeze should produce about the 21,000 area, which is right around the prior highs. So we'd be looking for a breakout up into that area, a pullback off of it, and then a bigger breakout to 25 or 21.5, and then 22,000 overall on the NASDAQ. Now, I would expect the NASDAQ to outperform the ES because it is lagging, whereas ES is at its all-time highs and making all-time highs. NASDAQ is well behind. So NASDAQ is going to have to make up about, that's 500 up to, that's about 700 points that the NASDAQ has to make up. So I think you could see a lot of days if we do break out where the NASDAQ is up 2% and the ES is up like 1.25% or something like that. So I told my group, if you're looking to play some kind of long play here, I would be playing it in the NASDAQ because it should outperform. Now, again, on the NASDAQ, we don't have a very good wave 2 here. In any case, we don't have a good wave 2 here. We don't have a great wave 2 here. This one's better if this is wave 2. But if this is wave 1, we would want to see this ABC play out, and we'd want to see it come down to the 19.2 to 19.500 area. And again, when you don't get standard pullbacks, it does make things a little more difficult. It doesn't mean Elliott Wave doesn't work. Everything's not a textbook answer, but it does mean that we have to be cautious in both directions here until a key level breaks, giving us more information on what the actual path is. So when you don't get a textbook setup, usually that means something under the hood is off, and there are some signals of weakness in the market. Now, does that mean the market's going to go down? No, the market can show signals of weakness and continue to climb for quite a bit, but there are things that would put caution on the chart. So we still need to see what happens tomorrow. Weekly close above this high right here would be very bullish. We would expect next week to continue in that case, and a weekly close below this high, just depending on where it is, could lead to a bigger pullback into that 19.2 to 1900 area. 20,185 to 20,200, this area right here. If they can break back below that, that would likely lead us to the lows here and a deeper pullback into that 19.2 to 19.500 area. Again, it is possible that the top is in on the NASDAQ. If that's the case, we would see the market break below 19,000, and that would be a major warning to the bulls. Guys, if you love the information I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. In our membership plans area, we have 2 incredible monthly rooms, and they both come with a 7-day free trial. This is because I want you to get in there, make sure it's for you, make sure you understand it, interact with PT and I, see what we do in there, make sure it's exactly what I say. Before you ever spend a penny, you can cancel at any time. You literally have nothing to lose by checking us out. We also have our yearly options here that you can get in. They come with a 7-day free trial as well, and you do get 1 month free on a discount. Now, if you're wanting to learn Elliott Wave, we do have our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course as well as our Advanced Elliott Wave course. These courses help you understand this crazy market in a way that makes sense. You can chart these very difficult patterns, understand where support and resistance and the key levels are, which gives you a great advantage in trading. In our advanced course, we go through much more complex patterns such as diagonals, double and triple threes, flats, advanced fib levels, even how to trade Elliott Wave because it can be so difficult. And as you can see on the screen, our traders are loving this course. It is helping them understand complex patterns and make money doing it. But if you're new to Elliott Wave or you're just getting started, you can check out our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course. This course is helping real traders make real money and finally understand the market in a way that makes sense. It's so confusing when good news makes the market go down and bad news makes the market go up. This is because the news cycles, quite frankly, don't matter. There was a war in Israel. They started bombing. Iran attacked Israel. No matter what side you're on, that should be a negative. The market went to all-time highs. So it just doesn't care about the news cycles. The market's going to do what the market's going to do. I can show you example after example of this, and that's why Elliott Wave is so powerful. Elliott knew that key levels mattered, and when those key levels held, he knew what to expect, and when they broke, he knew what to expect. And that's a huge advantage over the rest of the market. This course here is 25 videos where we go through 3 parts. We go through your introduction where you get your Elliott Wave expectations, your mindset and emotion, the KISS method, and why this works. The chart setup and tools where we go through all the tools, how to use them and why. And we go through our Elliott Wave for Beginners area where we go through each of the waves, how to measure them, how to find the key levels, the theory of alternation, the corrective depth theory, the pivot, everything that you need to know to make sense of an irrational market. Now, the cool thing about these 2 trading plans is if you want to get them both together and you want them at a discount, you can get $37 off of the total package by getting them both together in our bundle course. But if you want to get them for free, simply join one of our monthly rooms as they are included in this price. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go through exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, as well as the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing in day trades. So we do trade quite often in my room. Now, if you're looking for futures trading, individual stocks, advanced trading, or income trading, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, income trading. He is killing the market with that, guys. Futures trading, and his reduced risk binary method that get you in at a cheap price and get you big multiples on your money. And it's how he structures his trade that's so unique. It's something you really need to see to understand. That's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account, trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, our key takeaways for today. 58.50 is the key level to the upside. If the bulls are able to push through that directly, we would expect them to extend. 5,900 being next to 5,940. That's the pivot. Some consolidation in that area is normal, even a little bit of a rejection. And then 6,000 as a minimum, but 60.73 would be our next target. If they are not able to push through that and they can break down through 57.91 and then 57.60, we would look for them to pull back in a deeper move toward 5,600. Over on the NASDAQ, they're in a similar type setup, although they do have a valid ABC left here. They could consolidate and pull back in this C wave. If that's the case, we're looking at the 19.2 to 19.500 area. However, if they break over this high here at 20,524 and break out strongly, we could see them push directly to the 21,065 area. Guys, it's the weekend. Grab yourself a drink. Grab yourself the indicator. Have some successful trades. Get out of the house, though. Get off your computer. Have some fun with your family. I will talk to you next week.